So a while back, my friend's mom met this elderly woman in a coffee shop. They struck up a conversation, and the woman told her that she is homeless, she had just went through a rough divorce, and she's been house sitting, so all her things are in storage, but now she can't afford the storage anymore, so she's trying to move her things. So my friend's mom offered to help her clean out all her things. So she brought me and my friend with her, and we spent 2 days helping this woman clean out her things. This showed an act of sisterhood because even though we had no idea who she was, she really needed the help, and that's what sisterhood is all about.
This year, I decided to do the sport ice hockey, and I haven't really skated before in my life until a few months ago. So, new to the sport, haven't been skating, and I show up at this clinic, and it was very, very intimidating. A lot of these girls have been skating for 10 years, started when they were 3, and they were all on these club teams and doing all these ice tricks and stuff. And I just tried my best and got through it. But as I kept going to these clinics, I really noticed sisterhood because the girls there were very encouraging. When it took me longer time to do like the drills and stuff that they had us do, the girls didn't get annoyed with me. They were like cheering me on. They told me I can do it, and they were just there for me. And when I had questions like how to shoot the puck into the goal, the girls they took me aside and they showed me how to do it properly, and they're very helpful. And I distinctly remember when there was a goalie in the cage and I was going for a shot, the goalie even was saying, "Hey, you got this." And I ended up scoring, and I just remember everyone cheering, banging their sticks on the ice, and giving me fist bumps. And it was just a very proud moment for me because I wasn't as good as them, they were still so sweet to me, so encouraging, and they believed in me, and it really helped me do well, and it really shows sisterhood.
I run on my high school's track team, and at every meet, we always have this one friend who gets really nervous. And she's an amazing runner. We both run the 800, and she knows what she's doing. But she always gets really nervous and anxious that she's not going to run well, that she's going to let the team down. But we were lucky enough that we have this one friend who really knows how to talk to you, inspire you, and make sure that you know what you're doing when you're going into your event. So she just took the time to sit our other friend down and just tell her why she had every right to be confident that she was going to do well in that meet. And it really helped because as soon as she was done talking, she had to get ready to go, and she was in the right mind to run well, and she ran really well. And I guess the moral of that is that we just need someone to take the time, put aside their own thoughts, and just sit down and talk to you. Because when you're able to connect and sit with someone and just help them find the confidence that they need to perform well, they can perform really well. And that's kind of what sisterhood is. It's just putting aside your own problems, your own thoughts, and just really connecting with another sister and helping her through things.
I had a friend once which created a lot of drama with me, and we would fight a lot. She never made me feel good with myself. It was never positive. It always had a negative feeling, and I was never happy with her. She wasn't trustworthy, not loyal, and yet I still didn't do anything about it. Recently, I decided to surround myself with better friends who are nicer, who make me feel good about myself, and I'm positive, I'm happy, and this showed me a lot about sisterhood because a good sisterhood and with good sisters, you can be really happy and good and feel good about yourself. Yeah.
So at school, a lot of the girls tend to get very nervous around tests and quizzes, and they get very anxious. So as being a sister to them, I always make it my mission to make them feel positive, and I encourage them. I give them some neutral thinking, such as you studied for the quiz and you participate in class, so you're gonna be okay. And since they are also a sister to me, they do the same thing when I get nervous, and it ends up resulting in really good grades because they know they can do it, and positivity is always better than negativity. And just being a sister to anyone that needs it and encouraging them to do what they can when they know they can do it is one of the most important things about being a sister.
My mom is part of an organization called the Sisterhood of Salam Shalom. This is a sisterhood that is formed from Muslim women and Jewish women coming together and celebrating each other's cultural differences and traditions. Instead of Muslim women and Jewish women putting each other down, they lift each other up and decide to celebrate them and cherish all the values that they have in their societies and cultures. I think that this is really important because Muslim women and Jewish women don't usually get along, and in this sisterhood they decide to build each other up and put each other on a pedestal and try to celebrate their cultural differences instead of using them as barriers.
Anytime.
I was about 12 or 13 years old when I went to India, and I was taking a walk because no one was home except for my aunt, and I encountered a girl that was about my age. She looked about 11 or 12, and sadly she was homeless with her mom, and I saw that she was in need, so I told her to wait where she was, and I went back to get my aunt, and we took her and her mother to a mango field, and we went mango picking together, and we kind of talked about like our problems and whether she was going to be okay or not, and we kind of helped them out that way. And I think that the most important part of this story is that we saw each other and we saw that like she was in need, and we put our differences aside, and we decided to help her because that's what sisterhood is about.
Sisterhood should be displayed in our society, whether it's something larger like the Women's March or something smaller and more intimate.
Like encouraging a friend or teammate.
Or finding empathy for a sister in need.
And putting aside differences to achieve a greater goal.
Kellen Brecken once said, "You can't change the world in one day, but in one day you can change someone's world."
One small act can change someone's life, and by standing together, we can each accomplish much more than we would alone.